Hey everybody, welcome to the Video Game Show. I'm Sean. So this week the biggest news in the whole video game industry, world, Twitter sphere, everything is Microsoft backpedaling on everything and just about everything they announced at E3. They announced that they are going to reverse everything about the DRM. There are going to be no restrictions regarding pre-owned games. You can play your games, sell your games, you can trade your games, loan your games. You can do everything you want with your game. They're kind of correcting their mistake, which they've received a lot of backlash for this stuff. So they're getting this out of the way now, I think, to try to make sure that people can forget it. So like I said, no restrictions on pre-owned games. You can trade them, loan them. You can do whatever you want with your game. You can write on it, draw faces, whatever. Break them in half, whatever floats your boat. You can do whatever you want with your games. They're not going to restrict you in whatever way. Another thing, it's not always going to be online. You don't always need it to be online, at least for that 24-hour ping. You don't need it for that the 24-hour ping. The only time you're going to need the system online is when you set it up, when you initially set it up. That's the only time you're going to need it online. Another thing they took away that they backtracked on again was there are going to be no region locks on this. They took all that out. That's going to be good to go. So all of you guys that import your video games, there's something from Japan that you like, that you haven't had a chance to play something from Europe that gets maybe more of a mature rating than it is here. Whatever you guys want, no restrictions on that. So this is good news for all of us gamers. I definitely think that this is like, as I've been saying this last 2 weeks with all my friends, everybody that I talk to about video games, is that this E3 was about the gamers. They had to, both Microsoft and Sony had to come out and make this about us. And when Microsoft fumbled and they dropped the ball, saying all these restrictions were placed on there, they weren't doing us a service. They were doing us a disservice. At the same time, they probably had a bigger picture in mind regarding what was going to happen in the near future with the consoles, regarding internet, with agreements with television and movie and internet. They probably have a bigger picture than we can even imagine, but these little things, they matter a lot to us gamers, and I hope that if they didn't change this, I hope that the gamers out there would show that they disagree with a lot of things by, putting their money where their mouth is. Instead of just talking about it, whining about it, I would hope that. But now we don't have to worry about that. Go with your favorite system, whatever controller you like, whatever exclusives you like, wherever you have more friends. Choose what you guys want to choose. You guys both have two systems that are comparable, and now you're going to have both systems with no restrictions on pre-owned games or loaning or sharing, things of that nature. That's good for us gamers. Alright, so second part of news in this week for video game industry is a little bad news for Sony. So Microsoft just put out this really good news, and the same day that I heard about the Microsoft news, I think it was the day before, that same day, I hear that Sony's new firmware update is actually bricking some systems. So be careful with that firmware update. You don't want it to brick your system. I have read that it's been taken offline now, so it's not asking your systems to update. But if I were you guys, I wouldn't go to the system settings to update your system until you hear that this problem has been fixed, because you don't want to risk bricking your system. You just don't want to do that. No can do. So heed the warning, guys, and hopefully this doesn't happen to you guys. So next week, big news for me. Like I've said before, I'm a big Borderlands 2 fan, and next week the next DLC comes out for it, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. I'm very excited about this one, really pumped for this one. You're going to get them playing a Dungeons & Dragons type DLC. Tiny Tina is the narrator of it. She controls the story. This is almost her way of getting over things, from what I've heard of Roland's death. She's really not coping with it yet. Well, in the trailer for it, you see the other people playing with her are kind of like, what's she talking about, until Roland gets here. So I think a lot of this has to do with her coping mechanisms. It's all in her imagination. So you're not going to have the same characters or the same baddies that you have in the regular game, but you're going to have new baddies, you're going to have new characters, new missions, all kinds of cool stuff. And it is in this whole type of fantasy type realm. You're going to see the shops, they're all going to be changed slightly a little bit, just to kind of fit in this realm, fit in this world. It's going to be really cool. I'm really excited about it. Just to have something different out there at Borderlands, it's definitely going to up it for me. It's going to make me want to play it even more. So I'm definitely excited about this one. You guys should be too. Alright, no, I haven't done a Game of the Week in a while. I've been just so busy with everything, but this week I did decide to do one because I'm very happy with what came out this last week. The Last of Us came out on Friday. I have an unboxing. If you guys go to my page, you can see it right there. I have the post-pandemic edition unboxing with the collector's edition strategy guide. So that's really cool. Go ahead and check that out. Help me out. Click the like, share, subscribe on that one as well. The Last of Us, great game. Naughty Dog, you can do no wrong. I don't know what you guys are doing. I want to drink some of that water so I could have that roll over into my life, because you guys are doing a great job. I definitely appreciate everything they're doing. Graphically, this game is beautiful. The story on it's really good as well. I'll be honest with you, throughout all the trailers, I had no clue why they were going to be taking her, why they are trying to transport Ellie. I had no clue why. And then you get to the game, and then it finally happens, and you're like, well, duh. But I really like it. They didn't give too much away in those trailers. Like I was saying, I was still oblivious to the thought of why I was smuggling this girl out. I definitely enjoy, and I'm definitely still playing it. I'm still playing it, so I'm definitely enjoying that whole story aspect of it right now. The relationships between Tess, Joel, and Ellie, Bill, when you meet these characters, you get a sense that there is a history around there. The way they speak to each other, the way they interact with each other. They just have this real connection. It almost seems like you're watching a movie like you're seeing two real people. I definitely like that a lot so far. Tess and Joel's, there's a little, you can see it's like a little tension there. Like they are partners, but it's almost like there's something more. But I don't want to say that they show it or not, but you can feel it, you know? You feel it. So there's that relationship. You got Joel and Ellie, and when you're playing this game, you'll understand what Joel and Ellie's relationship is going to be throughout the beginning of the game through the end of the game. You're going to understand when you're playing it. You're going to say, I know where this is going, which is cool, and it's going to make for good times. It's going to make for good times. You're going to be happy about it. You're hoping that more emotion in that relationship is really going to make the game even more solid than it already is. Another character that I mentioned, his name is Bill. He's at the beginning. Kind of at the beginning of the game, you have to meet up with him, and you can tell that there's a relationship there with him, and also with Bill and Tess, and you know, it's just like, it's really awesome what Naughty Dog has done with this aspect, with all these relationships, with all the emotion that they're portraying, with bringing you into the game. It really feels, it's just great feeling to see a game like this. You know, I love it. Action-wise, the infected aren't always your bad guy. You also got people like I've always said that, you know, when this game was coming out, that, you know, you got to worry about other things too, because people are gonna be acting their own way because they want to survive as too. Some people just want to survive. Some people want to take advantage of the weak. In this game, you have both. You have people who want to survive, people that are taking advantage of the weak. Then you have the infected on top of that, and the infected are pretty awesome. You got different levels of infected. You have different things to look out for. I'm definitely like the options here of bad guys, and they don't like just swamp you with infected the whole game. So every time you get around them, I'm playing in my room in the dark, and I'm like, what do I do? I'm almost hesitant to even start playing the game because I'm like, oh shoot, I don't want to go this way because then I want to die. It's really great. I like the tension they're setting in every mood, that whenever you get to an area, you think that this might be a stereotypical place for an infected to jump out, then one doesn't jump out, or then one might jump out later. It's just really great what they did with the tension. With the tension, they've just set it all up to be perfect. It's just, so far I have found nothing wrong with the game. I definitely enjoy, you know, the scavenger aspect of it. I do love post-apocalyptic games, so I have this ingrained in my mind whenever I'm playing a game. I save it about every 5 to 10 minutes, and I always look at every corner of every room. So that's how I'm playing it. So it's taking me a little longer. I definitely like to enjoy the sightseeing in it. It's a beautiful game. There are a couple Easter eggs in there. If you guys follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you guys will see a picture of one of those Easter eggs. It's really cool, really neat. But overall, this game, so far so good. I have not one complaint. I definitely recommend you guys going out there and picking up a copy. This game is going to be up there with BioShock Infinite for Game of the Year. I really do not know what's going to compete with it for Game of the Year because Destiny's been moved over to 2014. I don't think Grand Theft Auto is going to do it. Call of Duty Ghosts isn't going to do it. Battlefield 4 is not going to do it. It's going to be BioShock Infinite and The Last of Us right there neck and neck. That's how good this game is, guys. Go play it, and when you guys have a chance, let me know what you guys think about the game, and also let me know what you guys think about the topics I talked about today. Click that like, share, subscribe button down below. If you guys have any games that you guys think I should play, think I should pick up, anything, if it's old school, I'll try to pick that up. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see what I can do about another game of the week. They are a little few and far between. I'm sorry about that, but it's just everything is so busy trying to play the game and just trying to enjoy it to its fullest extent. So again, like I said, click the like, share, subscribe button down below, and let's get this conversation started off right. We'll see you guys next week.